The hardest part is feeling like I am perpetually in an alternate timeline.
I'm panicking, telling him to get the F out. And of course, he's reassuring me, saying it's nothing and it's spam.
I accidentally, fell into an alternate timeline. And it feels like that because I never pictured a future or a reality where I wasn't going to be with my ex-husband.
Not that any of the decisions that she's making is wrong, because they're not.
Liar!
Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So without further ado, let's just jump right into today's clips. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment, and let's take a listen.
The hardest part of my divorce, and I don't know if this is the case for other people, but for me, the hardest part is feeling like I am perpetually in an alternate timeline. You know how there's that theory that, there are just, endless timelines, endless universes depending on, what choices are made. I just feel like the moment I stepped into the marriage counselor's office and my ex-husband started acting like a completely different human being, that I just, I accidentally, fell into an alternate timeline.
You know what makes me feel like I'm in an alternate timeline? The sheer amount of women appearing on TikTok literally only for sympathy to cry about their personal problems. There is significantly less videos of men going through way worse things out here on the internet. It absolutely amazes me how these people have nothing better to do with their lives than to sit on TikTok and to cry about their problems. I miss the day, where people would have problems and they would try to fix them. There have always been people who just cry no matter what and they'll never bother to fix anything. But I just miss when it was more common, when all of these people who are absolutely crazy were not as they weren't all over the internet. Okay, back when we had far less access to technology, but now, guys, everyone's on here crying about their divorce, their ex-partner. It's absolutely shameless. And of course, guys, you have to add in the fake tears as well.
I accidentally fell into an alternate timeline. And it feels like that because I never pictured a future or a reality where I wasn't going to be with my ex-husband.
These videos, they're more of like a try not to laugh challenge to me at this point. Like at a certain point, you see enough of these girls crying. You don't hear any information as to how the relationship ended other than man bad. And at a certain point, you just have to laugh because the tears aren't real. None of this is real. We're just fishing for sympathy from strangers on the internet.
I can't figure out how to make the new timeline feel right, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so one time, I started dating this guy. And we really hit it off. After a week, I was already head over heels for him. We'd known each other for a long time, but we never really connected or anything. I known him since high school, but I got married and then I got divorced after 9 years. So we connect and things are going great. So it's the second weekend and he spent the night and we just got done having an amazing night.
Let this sink in for a second, by the way. This whole idea of oh, he's just a friend. Don't worry, we've been friends for so long. This woman was in a 9-year marriage, apparently. And she still had this dude around since high school that was probably interested in her. This is the kind of crap that I'm talking about, where you have people, they're just oh, well, don't worry about this person, or, you don't need to worry about this guy, he's just a friend. And then they go and pull crap like this. And the problem when you do this, especially if you post it online, is that people just stop listening to you. Like you can say he's just a friend, but that sentence has literally become a meme at this point because everybody knows you're lying through your teeth. Now you can sit there, you can lie to yourself, you can lie to the people that you're making the video to, but unfortunately a lot of people are picking up on this, where the whole idea that he's just a friend or he's just a guy that you've known for a very long time. Like, get out of here, bro. This woman literally went through a 9-year marriage, and then the husband or the ex-husband got he's just a friended. Like, what is that?
And I hear a phone vibrating, and Don having an amazing night. And I hear a phone vibrating, and I'm like, hey, your phone's vibrating. And I'm really tired, really grumpy, and I hear it go off a second. Both times he proceeds to tell me it's my phone. So I check my phone, and no, it's not my phone. I hear it go off a third time, and I'm like, check your phone. Who is texting you at 3 in the morning right now? He opens his phone, and it's a Snapchat from Phoebe. He opens it up, and it's Phoebe, spread eagle, pleasing herself right in front of the mirror for him. I'm panicking, telling him to get the F out, and of course, he's reassuring me, saying it's nothing and it's spam.
Yeah, so my question is, and this is very typically my question, who the hell cares? Like seriously, who the hell cares? It's funny because this woman is cracking a hissy fit over this when she's literally in bed with the dude after seeing him. I'm going to assume this is the second time that she's seen him. So she has said, oh, I saw him and this is the second weekend that we spent together, and you know, they're already having bedroom fun. So assumedly they've met twice. Once per week is pretty average, right? So you would assume that this is the second time that they've hung out, and I'm supposed to feel, now is it awkward? Yeah, sure. But will I feel empathy? Oh, hell no. Absolutely not. Like, you're essentially just some woman, you're a hookup from Tinder, essentially, is what you are at this point, and you're annoyed because you don't have monogamous exclusivity over this random dude who's in your bed, which, by the way, it sounds like you've friend-zoned for a very long amount of time. So if you can get any ounce of commitment out of him, it's more than he should have given you in the first place, to be honest with you. That's not to say it's not weird, that's not to say it's not cringe, but do I feel empathy? Do I care? Absolutely not. Carry on.
Not more than 2 or 3 days later, we go out with our friends, have a good time, have a blast. I try to just believe him and forget about it.
I'm sorry, I've got to play this back for a second, okay? So, this woman, this is what we're talking about, guys, when we say that women just are attracted to red flags. This is what I'm talking about. This is literally what I'm talking about earlier with the girls who are divorced, and they're like, oh, well, he turned into such a different guy once we were married. This is the kind of crap that women will just gloss over if you're attractive enough to him, to her, excuse me. So this woman literally sees, what did she say it was, a Snapchat of some other woman, incredibly lewd positioning on this dude's phone, and what is her reaction is to, okay, she kicks him out because she's got self-respect, guys, self-respect, say it with me. But 2 to 3 days later, she's hanging out with him again. This is exactly why people laugh at girls like this. This is exactly why every time I see these divorce videos, they are nothing but comedy to me. Because these are the decisions that they choose to make. This is similar, guys. It's not exactly the same, but it's kind of like the same ballpark as being cheated on, and then you just take back the person who cheated on you. Like, what do you expect to happen? This guy is still going to talk to other women. Even if you get a relationship out of him, he's probably not going to be 100%. But hey, who am I? Let's continue.
Have a good time, have a blast. I try to just believe him and forget about it. Oh,
Genius.
it's like 1 in the morning, and he's like, oh my gosh, look at this funny video on TikTok. He shows me a TikTok, and he gets a text, and it's one of those texts where it has a preview of a picture that the person sent, and he immediately swipes away the text, and I'm like, no, you can open it, it's fine. Who's this random number? He opens it up, and it's a girl sending a selfie of herself in a bra. So, by then, I'm like, get the out. And of course, he's like, it's spam. My number is the easiest number to spam. It's like 204, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward to a couple of months, we're on and off, and he's having trust issues.
Okay, so let's just let's just sum this up really quickly for a second before we keep going. You mean to tell me that this woman sees the guy again, not only once, but twice now, and continues to see him over months period, over the months. This is why I have absolutely no sympathy for girls who end up in situations like this. All of the flags, all of the tells, whatever the hell, like these quote-unquote dating coaches, whatever you want to call it, okay? All of the clues are here. This guy, you're just another piece of fun to him. Okay, so if you try and push for more out of him, and you get played, that's on you. That's completely and utterly on you. This is like me, right? Going to the beach where I know there are sharks, okay? And then I go in the water with the sharks deliberately, even though the lifeguard has told me not to go in the water, and my leg gets bitten off. It's not the shark's fault that my leg got bitten off. I knew there were sharks in the water. It's the same type of crap. You see these people and they just do stuff and they don't even think about it. It's amazing. Truly amazing.
I try to forgive him, forget about it. And this whole time he's accusing me of cheating, where I am not a cheater. If I didn't want to be with you, I'd tell you. If we break up...
Guys, just never believe this. This crap right here? No. Absolutely not. I don't believe it for a second.
We break up 6 months, and I'm really lonely, really missing him. And like an idiot, I go back to him. Long story short, after a month we move in together, and things start being really sketchy. So I start meeting new girls, friends, and I soon find out that all last summer when we were dating, he's sliding in their DM.
It is so...
Wow, no way. That's crazy, madam. That is so insane. I know logically you would never think it, but I'm so sorry that this has happened to you. Yeah, I'm not absolutely not. So this woman literally does this mistake multiple times, continues to see the guy, then even tries to move in with him after a month. At a certain point, guys, you just have to question, like, not even in a rude way. I don't even mean this in an insulting way, but you just have to question some people's IQ. Like, if this is your decision-making process, this is what you decide to do with your life, this is how you run things, at a certain point, I just have to assume that you don't think at all, like objectively. I just have to assume that you don't have any sort of logic that you apply to any of the problems in your life, and you just do whatever the hell feels good. That's just what I have to assume about you at a certain point. That's craziness. Let's go to the next clip.
It is so tempting to do the dating thing. I get it. It is so tempting. And as much as we want to meet someone and feel loved and feel adored and feel cherished, and there's really kind of, I've come into two different kinds of pool or camps of women post-divorce.
We're only like 10 seconds into this video, and I can feel myself getting tired. Like I'm literally getting exhausted watching this. Imagine, guys, again, imagine you're someone who's like talking to this woman, you're dating this woman, okay, you're her partner or whatever. Just how quickly you would end up in an insane asylum. Yeah, I imagine it would be like an 80% speed run. You would be there very damn quickly. So this is a girl who seems to be... I haven't watched this clip yet. This is my first time watching this. I'm going to assume that this is a woman who's a dating coach. That's the way she's talking. She instructs women who have been divorced, which that must be one of the most profitable businesses. You know, you just get on the internet and you start lying to women. I've always said this. But basically, you just position yourself as a girl who knows what the hell she's been talking about, and then you just throw in words like spirituality, like, you know, all this crap, and I assume the money just comes rolling in at a certain point, because the amount of times that you have female dating coaches, I absolutely hate the phrase dating coach, but the amount of times you have these women who just spew garbage to other women, like they're literally out here just harming other women's ability to have successful relationships, it's downright amazing to me. So let's take a listen to what this woman has to say anyway.
Kind of, I've come into two different kinds of pool or camps of women post-divorce. There's those that want to start dating right away because they're just really excited. And then there's some that are like, I want nothing to do with this. I'm so freaking tired. But then there's also like this feeling of like when you realize like, oh shit, the loneliness hits, right? And you have to navigate loneliness because we don't fix it. We navigate it.
The idea that women experience loneliness is something that's kind of laughable to me, guys, because a lot of these girls, I would say women in general, don't understand what loneliness actually is. Like, this is a word that they use when they're feeling a bit down or they're not getting as much attention from the specific men that they want, okay? Girls will say, well, I'm lonely, because there's no dude that they really like who's interested in them, who they're having a good time with, okay? This is not the same thing as male loneliness at all. You might as well just have two different definitions for the word, because whenever a girl says she's lonely, she's never actually alone. She'll have the simps in her DMs, she'll have the orbiters, whatever you want to call them. She'll have her friends talking to her 24/7 about any of her problems, okay? You're not lonely. You literally have the internet as a 21st century woman, and you're going to sit here and you're going to tell me that you're lonely? I don't buy it. I'm sorry.
It. And my client came to me and she was just like, my eating is out of control. Like, I don't understand what's going on. I'm not exercising like I was. I'm feeling like shit. Like, what is happening? And she's somebody who's been very diligent about her health and wellness. And so
if someone is diligent about their health and wellness and they just stop and they don't know what the problem is, they weren't diligent. I'm sorry, but you weren't diligent. If you're going to sit here and you're going to say, well, let's run this, okay? You're a dude who's been going to the gym for 3 years. You've made really good progress, and then all of a sudden you just stop and you don't know why you've stopped, even though you were so diligent. You weren't diligent. That's not diligence. You understand what I'm saying? Like, diligent people don't just stop things because they're disciplined. They will do them anyway. Again, amazing. This woman was probably diligent about like going on 15-minute cardio walks. Like, that's her diligence.
As I started digging in with her in our little voice messaging app, I was like, tell me about what's going on emotionally. What are your thoughts? What's happening in your inner world? And let's try to identify some things that are popping up for you. And through a series of conversations, we realized that she was feeling like this depthful loss of friendship because she had lost so many friends in her divorce. And this is very common.
Yeah, who the hell cares? Again, I've said this earlier in the episode, guys, but it's more often the women just absolutely sabotaging the men's relationships, not the other way around. But I'm not sure why this like 20-minute or however long they were talking about whatever conversation is even necessary. Oh, let's talk about how you're feeling and your feelings and your emotions, bearing in mind, guys, that statistically speaking, the woman is the one that initiated the divorce in the first place. It's just absolutely astounding. And people will always say this crap, right? Oh, you've got to talk about your feelings. You've got to be open to people. Right? You can't just, for example, guys, if you're a dude and you're like depressed or something like this, you're really sad, one of the best things you could possibly ever do for yourself is go to the gym, okay? But then you'll have women say things like, well, no, you have to go to therapy, you have to go to therapy. But if any of you guys have ever been to a therapist at any point in your life, the first thing they tell you is literally to get physical exercise. Like, these people have absolutely everything backwards. It's really something.
Very common. And she also was in the dating pool, right? But she was also trying to build a business. She's working 2 jobs. She's a single mom. She has a lot.
I mean, there's your problem right there. Is nobody wants to date her. The only dudes that want to date her have no self-respect at all. Let's run that back, guys. Let's play this. Listen.
Friends in her divorce, and this is very common. And she also was in the dating pool, right? But she was also trying to build a business. She's working 2 jobs. She's a single mom. She has a lot going on. Not that
2 jobs, single mother, divorced, assumedly over the age of 30. Why don't men want me? Why am I struggling with dating? Why am I sad about my life situation? Again, all of these things self-inflicted.
any of the decisions that she's making is wrong, because they're not. Like, we all have...
me?
Not that any of the decisions that she's making is wrong, because they're not. Like, we...
Of course. Why would being a single mother be wrong? Why would being a career woman, when you're looking for a man to date, be wrong? Hey, let's just make any decision that we want. And how could it possibly be wrong, guys? Because as long as you're feeling positive about yourself, you can never be wrong. And don't forget that information, guys. Have that body positivity, and I'll be catching you all in the next episode. Holy hell.